Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. My name is Qur'ana Aulia Aida Maulidya and my name is 2019111207. In the video this time to fulfill structure text 1, 2, and 3. Let's watch. In the video assessment this time, I will explain about statistics material. What is statistics? What are the kinds of statistical data? How about data collection? How are the data presented? And how is data processing? The first is the statistical definition. What is statistics? According to Professor Dr. Sujana, statistics is knowledge related to data collection methods, data processing, analysis, and conclusions based on data collection and analysis. Statistics are a collection of data in the form of numbers or not numbers arranged in the form of tables, lists, and/or diagrams that describe or related to a particular problem. Next are kinds of statistical data in terms of several sources. There are three kinds. The first by source and user. Second according to how to obtain. The third according to nature. The first according to sources and users. It is divided into two, namely internal data and external data. Internal data, that is data describing the states or activities of an agency, that is collected by itself, and the results are used by the agency itself. For example, data on financial expenditures to pay for textile company production costs. External data, that is data that describes conditions or activities outside the body, and these data are not contained in the internal activities of agency. For example, data on the level of community satisfaction with manufactured goods becomes a benchmark in developing market areas. Second, according to how to obtain, it is divided into two, namely primary data and secondary data. Primary data, that is data collected and processed by an agency directly and published by that agency itself. For example, population census. Primary data is generally directly from the population. Secondary data, that is data reported by an agency while this agency does not collect itself directly but is obtained from other parties who have collected it. For example, checking and re-data collection of imported goods at the custom office. The third, according to nature, it is divided into two, namely qualitative data and quantitative data. Qualitative data, that is the possible observations that are not represented by numbers. For example, the rupiah's value is very strong. Employment and poverty have increased sharply. Quantitative data. It is a series of observations of teaching which can be represented by numbers. For example, rupiah's value of 9,250 per US at the end of 2006. The number of refugees due to flooding in Jakarta is 1,423 people. Next is data collection. Based on the search I was looking for data collection, there are four ways. The first is observations, second is literature search, third is use of a questionnaire, and fourth is interview. The first observation or field researchers are a way of collecting data by going directly or looking directly into the field laboratory against the object under study population. Literature search. Literature search or indirect observation is a way of collecting data using part or all of the existing data reports from previous researchers. The third, use of questionnaire. The use of a questionnaire is a way of collecting data using a list of questions, questionnaire, or a questionnaire on the object under study population. And for this interview is a way of collecting data by directly asking many questions to the object under study or to an intermediary who know the object under study. Next is presentation of data. The first column row table. This table is used for data that only has one category or group. For example, as in the table beside, table Student Achievement Index, event semester 2020. Second, contingency table. In contrast to row and column table, contingency tables are used for data that has more than one category or group. For example, as in the table beside, number of school students according to school level in gender in 20,000. Number of school students according to school level and gender in 2020. Next, frequency distribution table. Finally, there is a frequency distribution table. This table is used for data grouped in an interval of value. Each value interval has a frequency lots of data. For example, as in the table beside, frequency distribution table. Next, bar block charts. Bar charts are usually used to present categories or grouped data, test scores, types of work, hobbies, etc. And annual data, price of goods from year to year, profitability from year to year, etc. Line chart. Line charts are usually used to present continuous or continuous data, such as the number of residents each year, the amount of goods produced each year, change is climate and weather over a certain period of time, etc. For example, as in the table beside, pie charts. Pie charts are used to present categories or group data. The purpose of presenting data is to make it easier for readers to see data. Like the example in the picture beside, 21% like horror movies, 17% like comedy movies, 12% like action movies, 25% like romance movies, and 25% like drama movies. Next, that is, some data can be processed to obtain certain information. The results of data processing can then be used as a better evaluation or planning. Simple processing of single data in statistics includes information on the mean, median, and modus values of a number of data. The first, mean. Mean is the average value of a number of data. The formula is as follows: x equals sigma fx divided by sigma f, when sigma fx total frequency x middle value. Sigma f is the number of frequencies. Next is median. Median is the middle value after sorted. Median formula for grouped data. Median equals TB plus 1 over 2n minus FK divided by F times C, when TB is the lower edge of the median class. N is lots of data. FK is cumulative frequency before median class. F is median class frequency and C is class length. And third, modus. The mode is the data value that occurs most frequently or the data value that has the largest frequency. The formula is as follows: modus equals TB plus D1 divided by D1 plus D2 times C, when TB is lower edge of the mode class. D1 is the difference between the frequency of the mode class and the previous class. D2 is the difference between the frequency of the mode class and the class after it. And C is class length. So many explanations from me, and apologize if there are explanations that are still difficult to understand. In this second video assignment, I will explain what an obtuse triangle is, what are its properties, and how to calculate an obtuse triangle. For further explanation, let's see the video. The first is types of triangles. Judging from the angles, triangle can be divided into three, one of which is an obtuse triangle. An obtuse triangle is a triangle in which one of the three angles is an obtuse angle or the angle between 90 degrees and 180 degrees. In the picture above, triangle PQR is an obtuse triangle. P is an obtuse angle. Next are properties of obtuse triangle. As in general, an obtuse triangle has the following properties. The first has an angle that is more than 180 degrees. Second, has two equal sides. The third has two equal angles, and fourth has two large angles less than 90 degrees. Next are obtuse triangle formula. To find the area of an obtuse triangle, we can still use the general formula, namely L equal 1 divided by 2 times A times T. For example, in the image of a blunt triangle on the side, calculate the area of the following triangle. Where do we know? The base is 15 and the height or T is 6. Just enter it into the formula. L equal 1 divided by 2 times A times T. When A is 15 and T is 6. So 1 divided by 2 times 15 times 6 equal 45 cm square. Next are problem example. An obtuse triangle with a base of 8 cm and a height of 3 cm. Then what is the area of the triangle? When we know A equals 8 cm and height or A height or T equal 3 cm. The area of the triangle, we answer L equal 1 divided by 2 times A times T or height. When A is 8 and T or height is 3. So equal 1 divided by 2 times 8 times 3 equal 12 cm square. So the area of the obtuse triangle is 12 cm square. In the next video is to answer the question. There is a third test. Structure text 3. In an MIA class at XYZ High School, a counseling teacher conducted a survey of the mathematics and natural science subject most liked by students. The survey results showed that out of 15 students, Bendy, Zafran, and Ali liked physics lessons. Rio and Feby love math. Alfi, Ibnu, Fira, and Hadi like chemistry. Finda, Arif, and Denny also like mathematics. The other students like biology lessons. Based on this data, individually make data presentation with the following conditions. The first, each student present the data in tables and pie chart. Second, students with an odd also two-digit name also present the data in a bar chart. The third, students with even less two-digit name also present the data in a line chart. From this problem, we can present the data in the form of pie chart and bar chart. The first stage, we can write it in a table to simplify the next process. In the table of the percentage of lesions that are liked and the size of the center angle that is formed, we can take from the question that those who like physics are 3 students, 5 students in mathematics, 4 students in chemistry, and 3 students in biology. To present the data in a pie chart, we must first calculate the percentage and the center angle of the circle. To calculate the percentage by the number of students who like the lesson divided by the number of students surveyed, then multiplied by the 100% multiplication operation. Let's just count the number of students who like physics. There are 3, and the survey are the 15 students. So 3 divided by 15 times 100%. The result is 20%. Then the number of students who like math is 5. and the survey has 15 students. So 5 divided by 15 times 100%. The result is 33.36%. Then next, the number of students who like chemistry is 4, and the survey has 15 students. So 4 divided by 15 times 100%. The result is 26.6%. And next, the number of students who like biology is 3, and the survey has 15 students. So 3 divided by 15 times 100%. The result is 20%. When we have found the percentage result, then the next step we have to calculate the center angle of the circle, where the number of students who like the lesson divided by the number of students surveys and multiplied by the full angle or one circle of a circle, which is worth the 360 degrees. Let's just count the number of students who like physics. There are 3, and the survey there are 15 students. So 3 divided by 15 times 360 degrees. The result is 72 degrees. Then the number of students who like math is 5, and the survey has 15 students. So 5 divided by 15 times 360 degrees. The result is 120 degrees. And next, the number of students who like chemistry is 4, and the survey has 15 students. So 4 divided by 15 times 360 degrees. The result is 96 degrees. And next, the number of students who like biology is 3, and the survey has 15 students. So 3 divided by 15 times 360 degrees. The result is 72 degrees. When the percentage and the center angle of the circle are known, it will be easier for you to make a pie chart. Strike one full circle divided by P6, 72 degrees. Mathematics 120 degrees, chemistry 96 degrees, and biology 72 degrees. If the percentage of physics 20%, mathematics 33.33%, chemistry 26.67%, and biology 20%. And finally, we know the maximum data is 5 and minimum data is 3. For per chart, we already know the frequency distribution table. Paint horizontal axis and vertical axes that intersect at one starting point and determine the appropriate scale. Then create bars for each type of category with the same width. The height or length of each bar must be proportional to the data value or frequency that we already know, and like this. So many explanations from me, and apologize if there are explanations that are still difficult to understand. And thank you for watching the video to the end, and I hope that the lecture will give me good marks. I would like to express my gratitude, and wassalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.